Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into this video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where the Spankled man is actually setting records so straight to white listeners, and I was able to put up some of his stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all those stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Racism toward white people is justified?
So if someone that isn't white hates on a white person based on their skin color, what do you call that? You're not gonna like my answer. I call it justifiable.
Self-hating whites are the most pathetic people on earth. Not only are they the worst enemy to America, but they're the worst enemy to black people.
All right, let's say I hate myself. Does that make what I said untrue? Am I wrong about the centuries-long oppression of black folks in this country? Am I wrong about why a person might not trust or even hate people that embody and represent the oppression they've experienced? Am I wrong? But what if I'm not wrong and what I say is true? What does it say about me if I choose not to speak up? What does it say about me if I know injustices are happening, but I choose to mind my own business and keep my mouth shut? Because in my mind, that would make me a hateful person. But according to you, acknowledging the reality of how things are makes me hate myself or other white people, makes me the biggest threat to America and black people. You may want to rethink this one, but I'd spend some extra special time on thinking about why you experience empathy as hatred. You wrote, "Believe it or not, I didn't own a slave. Why should people who didn't cause or was part of something be persecuted for what they didn't do?" Do you feel persecuted? How so? In what way has your life been negatively impacted because you're white? And what makes you think anyone here is talking about slavery? I'm talking about systemic racism right here and right now, which, to be clear, is a foundational part of a country that wouldn't be what it is without chattel slavery. You know, a system that persecuted and oppressed millions of people for something they didn't do. I don't know about you, but I talk about this stuff every day. And the only people that ever give me a hard time, which is nothing close to persecution, is white people that are mad about what I'm saying. But I can tell you this for certain. If I never engaged in these topics, if I just lived my life and minded my own business, I'd be as comfortable as a person can be. I'd live in an all-white town, surrounded, for the most part, by people that look, think, and act like me. So I don't really know how you're being persecuted for being white, but I am curious. You wrote, "Personally think people need to stop living in the past." Well, personally, I think people need to stop living in a dream world. Because if you believe that systemic racism is a thing of the past, then that's exactly what you're doing. If you don't think that racism still causes disparities in things like education, healthcare, or employment, then you are living in a dream world. Yeah, I can imagine. Because I have tried to teach my 3 children reality, rather than the fictional story that white America would have them believe. That everyone in this country is treated equally and gets a fair shake and can pull themselves up by their bootstraps to get out of whatever situation they're in. And there was just a brief period of time where black and brown indigenous people of color were treated unfairly. But now everything's been fixed, and that was 400 years ago. And now we live in a post-racial society. Isn't it better to prepare children with the truth than to tell them about some fictional world that doesn't exist? And guess what? My kids don't hate themselves, and they don't think something is inherently wrong with them because they're white. And they can understand why black and brown indigenous people of color might have a hard time feeling safe around them, never mind being in a relationship with them. And it's precisely because they're aware of all of that they're more capable of empathy and love and doing what's right, rather than them finding themselves in a position where they have to defend themselves as adults because their parents and their school system lied to them about the truth that it's not just America's past, it is very much America's present, that black and brown indigenous people of color have been treated as less than human and therefore not worthy of having the wrongs that have been done to them and continue to be done to them repaired. You wrote, speak proper English and you have no motivation to do anything with a timely matter. I think you mean within a timely manner. And for Christ's sake, don't smoke weed, don't listen to certain music, it'll steer you down a path. Honestly, it's the lack of self-awareness for me. Because in this comment, you're attacking things that you believe to be stereotypical of black culture. And yet, in telling people that they need to speak proper English, you don't, which is okay. It should be okay. I never fault people for things that are out of their control. You can't control the education you received. You can't control where you were born, what color of skin you have, your parents. You can't control any of that shit. But do you think people should be judged or criminalized for those things? Do you think people should be judged or criminalized for being born black or for not having access to adequate food, shelter, or education? And as for your advice to not smoke weed or listen to certain music, I'm curious, do you ever chastise people for drinking alcohol or listening to country music? Because country music is known not only for its rampant misogyny, but also for kicking back and drinking beers with the boys. And when it comes to which substance is more dangerous, it looks like the data points to alcohol. Point is, worry about yourself before you start judging other people. And maybe think why it is that all the white folks you know that are poorly educated, drink alcohol, and listen to country music aren't being incarcerated at the same rates that black folks are. You wrote, America is systemically racist. That's nothing to do with white folks, just Americans. I will admit with this one, I'm a little bit confused because I'm surprised to hear an admission that America is systemically racist, but I'm confused because I don't know how that would have nothing to do with white people. Because to me, that would be like saying America is misogynistic, but that has nothing to do with men. I'm fully aware that the vast majority of white folks do not believe that they have anything to do with upholding racism in this country. But the fact of the matter is that in a white supremacist society, it has everything to do with white folks. The reason this system is able to continue and to thrive is because the vast majority of white folks do not believe that they uphold systemic racism. Because if the vast majority of white folks were finally willing to admit and then dismantle whiteness, then the United States would no longer be systemically racist. So yeah, it has everything to do with white folks. You wrote, if it's not my fault, why are you asking me to fix it? Or even support it? No one's asking you to fix anything, just to stop denying reality. Do you think that the vast majority of people think that white guys are gonna dismantle a system that works for them? No, nobody expects that to happen. See, I know that a lot of us white folks that have grown up and been conditioned in this hyper-individualistic society have no concept of what it means to be a neighbor, especially to black, brown, indigenous, and other people of color. Because within our founding principles and documents, those folks were considered to be less than human. But nowadays, when white folks are pretending to be colorblind, at the very least, don't deny the experience of people that have long been oppressed in this country. No one expects you to fix it. Just don't deny the experience. I don't think it's that hard.
Like, seriously, Lovelace, if it's actually going to take people like him, activists like him, to keep on educating this, delusional people to make them realize how the system favors them, I think the world might actually be a better place. Like, it's not even quite long, I posted a video about this thing that's been trending on TikTok about this young black woman who decided to call 911 up because she felt that there is an intruder in her place. She decided to do what the society expects her to do by calling, the cop to come to her aid. And do you know what happened? You can just check out the video I posted before this. So these people decided to intrude, try to ask her what was wrong, why is it that she called and all of that. And before you know it, they entered into her house, try to ask for her ID. One thing led to the other. It was not, it happened so fast. And this, man decided to kill this black lady. And this actually got a lot of people asking questions. If not how the society is, if not how the society has been built to keep on suppressing, black people, do you think that this man could actually do the same thing that he did to this black woman, to a pan-colored woman? Like, seriously,
When people keep talking about, how the system favors, how the like white supremacy, oppression, and all of that, I think it's a joke. This is just an example of it. This is just an example of it. She never commit anything. She didn't do anything. She was actually at home in her own house. She felt that there was an intruder, and she decided to do what a normal person could do, what the society asked her to do, what the system asked her to do. Like we were told, if you are in some kind of trouble or whatsoever, you should have to call the number for security purposes. But unknowing to her, she is actually calling the devil itself. Like seriously, all because she said, "I rebuke you." Then that was what then triggered the devil inside of him, and he has to do this. Like when I saw the clip, I was like, this is what we're talking about when we often, talk about this white supremacy and how the system has been built to oppress black people and treat one other people better than the other. This is it. There are so many, clip out there on TikTok, all over social media, on how, constantly black people have been maltreated, oppressed, just treated anyhow, all because of the color of your skin. But this same thing, you won't find any of these things being, experienced by pan-colored people. It's always black people. And someone is here talking about, oh, okay, you should just blame it on the system, not the white people. Blame it on America. This has nothing to do with America. This has everything to do with all over the world. Black people all over the world is suffering the same fate. Be it US, be it Europe, and all of the any place they see someone of a darker skin complexion, they treat you so badly. The system, the world is just like this. Like seriously, this same thing is something that happened last 2 months. It's happened again this month. It's as if, the more we keep on talking about the justice for this, justice, they don't even care about the justice anymore. They keep doing whatever they want to do. They don't care about anything because they believe that, okay, we'll just do it and get away with it. Okay, after all, we'll just go to a jail or a time for for some years and I am out. Like seriously, what level of, HAT that will make you to actually do such a thing to your fellow human being, if not Ray and sis? Like, this woman practically was not doing nothing. So she was just trying to be safe. And this young man just did whatever he did to her. And now when they see that somebody like them, a pan-color person, is out advocating and try to educate them, they tend to call you names, they tend to call for you, they even call you or tell you that you are the reason why the system is the way it is. They don't want you to tell the truth. They just want you to keep on, accepting the fact that you are being humiliated, but you have to accept it. They don't want to see the truth. Like seriously, lovelies. Anyways, lovely, just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please subscribe to this channel, turn on notification, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
What after this Ssed, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.